Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy Monday morning to everybody. First on the agenda is approve the minutes of February 26th as written.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Hugan and seconded by Meats. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next is approve the minutes of Wednesday, February 28th as written.
I so moved.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next, miscellaneous motions. Skip that one, won't we? Yeah, that's the housing authority line, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Moved to authorize director chairman to sign grant letter for Sunderland Foundation Grant Award for Coffee County Health Systems.
So moved.
I'll second. Moved by Higgins and seconded by Knight. Any discussion?
The, Rhonda, which structure, what structure is that of theirs?
We're on the
hospital one.
we're on the hospital.
They skipped.
I skipped Rhonda's to do
I'm
miscellaneous.
sorry, I wasn't
motions.
complete with this one.
You seconded, right, Joseph?
Yes, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next miscellaneous is moved to authorize director chairman to sign grant letter for QuickCom to extend fiber optic infrastructure.
So moved. I second that. Go ahead, Steve.
Moved by Hugan, seconded by McCurry. Any discussion? None. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right.
That'd be a good deal with it, plan on putting that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to sign those,
We'll go to
Yeah.
housing. Rhonda, Housing Authority. You're up, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sarah Stewart and Pat here, they contacted us at 601 B Street in Leroy. They are redoing that house. They're on the highway there, and they've got this old garage that's kind of in the back. And so they were wondering if you guys would be willing to waive the landfill fee so they could get that. Because it's a pretty big structure, but it's pretty rough, as you can see.
Well, they need to do something in that area.
Looks like it might have gotten warm at a time.
Maybe, yeah, because I saw that in the back, and I don't know, I don't know, but I just know, did she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
This garage is set probably 30 feet from the house, and they've torn down everything in between. And then the structure upstairs is not no good. Are they planning on building the garage back, or do you have any idea?
She didn't say, she just said continue restoration for the use of lodging, so,
In front of it's a big two-story house, square, and I don't know how many bedrooms. They want to make it into a bed and breakfast, but I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm not sure what their plans are, because they've had that house now for 2 or 3 years, and they've done a little work on it, but it's not a huge amount. I'll go ahead and so move.
Moved by Meeks,
I'd second that.
seconded by Thompson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank
Motion
you.
passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Walker Trimble, you're up, sir. Citizen State Bank.
Thank you. I handed Wade the extension agreement that we had for the SSN line of credit. It has matured. I'm about 3 weeks late. I was sick, then I had a baby, and then I didn't get myself in gear to get here last week to do it. But that's what that is. I'm looking for a 60-day extension, so basically the first 30 days will get us to the 15th of this month. The second 30 will get us to the 15th of April. I think everybody has intentions of this thing being closed out by the time this matures this time, but.
We was hoping it was gonna close out by the last time.
Yeah, if I single-handedly could have done it, it would have been done.
I agree.
There's much more important people in project than me working very hard, so. I did just go check with Richard, our numbers versus his numbers. There is just one very small discrepancy, and I'm gonna go back to the bank and get my file on my computer and look at it. We're gonna work that out today. But other than that, we're moving right along. And so if I could just have you sign that, extension, whatever Angie's done with it.
Yeah, she's typing up a motion for the extension.
And thanks for squeezing me in. I didn't email Angie till early this morning, so.
Wayne,
When was the last time we did this once before? I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember that
We
time.
did it, about 45 days ago.
I was just saying that because you could copy the last motion and then change the figures and dates, and it's basically the same thing.
Okay, I can go look for that motion. Give me a few minutes here.
Look around maybe the 11th of December. They're closer to 60 days ago. 60-day extension, that makes sense.
This isn't for the airport project, is it?
Yep.
Correct. I have an extension that is 12/11, but it could have went to the next day.
I got it here. It was originally due November 10, 2023, to now be due on April 15th.
April 15th, that's correct.
With the same remaining balance, 109,988.
No, man.
Oh, okay, 267.
Yeah. The interest that'll be paid on that is $3,967.34.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me-
And I talked to Bart this morning before I came up and talked to Richard, and so everybody's on the same page with this.
Okay, I think we're good to go now.
Do we keep the project originally due on November 10th? On
That was
there,
the
in there?
That was the original.
That was the original, so
And then we're
that would
gonna,
show the.
Show the extensions on there.
Move to approve the extension agreement presented by Citizen State Bank in reference to the SSM Airport property project originally due on November 10th, 2023, and now be due on April 15th, 2024, with the, where'd it go? With the remaining balance of $267,526.57, with the interest being $3,967.34 to be paid. I'll move. Second. Moved by McCurry, seconded by Knight. Any discussion?
I added, McCurry moved to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the
Yes.
extension agreement. We didn't have that on there before. That's it.
With changes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. There.
And then I'll sign the other side, I'll give it right back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. We got River City, 905, we're running a little behind. Come on up, River City. Jail update.
Nathan from Slows River City. So the past week, we've been continuing with footings, around the south and started at the west side of the new jail addition. For some of the interior footings, probably about roughly 20% of the interior spread footings minus the elevator pits and stuff. Continuing on with that this week, there's chance for a little weather Thursday, Friday, so we may do an earlier 4-day Wednesday this week just based on how that forecast changes. But the plan is continue, like I said, continue with the interior footings, the west side perimeter footings coming around and get ready for, basically get ready for our under slab rough and plumbing underground to start the week of the 18th. Also got roughed in last week for the conduit from the building out to the generator and transformer pads. Working on getting that area backfilled up this week. That way, next week we can start the footings and footings and wall for the retaining wall out there for the transformer generator pads to go in. So, any other questions as far as what's going on out there?
I visited with the school superintendent there last week, and he said, yeah, there hasn't been any complaints from their department of, you know, anything hindering the school.
Yeah, we've been able to pretty much keep off of that road
Mhm.
for the most part, so it's
Everything's coming in and out of the construction.
coming out of the south, or the north, I'm sorry.
Northeast side.
Very good.
Looks like everything's moving along quite well, so just keep it up.
Yeah, they're staying right on schedule, so no complaints yet.
As long as the weather stays with you, you're good, right?
Yeah, can't complain so far on that either, so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
How did you spell your last name? I'm sorry.
VERSLUES.
That's what I thought it was, okay.
Just good luck saying it.
Do you guys want an update every week or just when, you know, as it progresses? I mean, it's totally up to you guys, but if you want one every Monday, we'll be here every Monday.
I think that's how it was set up, wasn't it?
Okay.
Just come in every Monday, short
Short update?
spill,
That's fine.
back out to work.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
EMP Shield, Pete Keegan, you're up, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation.
Thanks for being here.
All of you've had several updates on the CHIPS Act, but you haven't been refreshed on EMP Shield and how we're doing here locally. So the presentation is just to let you know how we're doing, and we're doing very well. So 2023 had approximately a 30% year-over-year sales increase over 2022. That represented about $41,000 a day in sales in 2023. So far in 2024, we're averaging about $67,000 a day. We do expect that to slow down every summer. So we do a big inventory build-up in the summer, and then as things happen, that's where we are right now. So we had 30,000 units in inventory the beginning of September, and right now we have about 0. So that leads to, I currently have 14 positions open. Half of those are on second shift, and I don't have enough people that they can shadow to hire all of them right away. So second shift will go up by 7 people over the next several months, and then we've got several other shipping and receiving and admin positions to fill. We continue to support the BHS Bridges program. We have 1 employee that the Bridges program, he'll be aging out this year. And then we'll see if he has a desire to continue with part-time employment after he graduates. We also have 2 interns from Burlington High School, one of which has chosen to do temporary part-time work in addition to the time that he needs to be there for the class credit. So those 2 will continue. Supply chain, as you all know, is a problem, and it continues to be a problem. And it's in places where you don't always think. You know, we're up to 3 major suppliers for all of our componentry. Some things we've gone, and there's a injection molder in Emporia that's helping us to make some of the outside enclosures for us. So we've had to pay, you know, $6,000 to $10,000 for some molds to get those started, but now we control our own destiny by being able to have the molded, injection molded right over in Emporia. But the building we're in, the old bowling alley, and Lebo facility both needed 2 new air conditioners. if I could have 50 to 60 weeks delivery time, those 20-ton units were about $16,000 a unit. To get them in 3 weeks was $40,000 to $50,000 a unit. Well, we can't live through summer and employees with none, so we put $80,000 worth of air conditioners at the bowling alley and $100,000 worth of air conditioners in Lebo. We also took the Lebo building and secured the roof and the external. There were a number of dead pigeons in the building, so we had to seal the building. And then after we got the building sealed, we had that spray insulation put in the west low bay area. That's where we are going to use an area for a new clean room for some of the circuit board manufacturing. So we bought an entire additional automated circuit board manufacturing process line, the same as in the original building by the radio station. This will go out in a clean room at the Lebo facility. So that $1.3 million worth of equipment is already purchased and paid for. So we've got the new air conditioners in, we've got the main trunk lines in. Now we're looking for both where our clean room is going to be finally located and the SSM Kentucky company wants to do temporary work out there. Just before Christmas, they were throwing the lease back and forth, so we put any additional spending out on the Lebo facility on hold until I can get that lease finalized. Finally, we did a lot of groundwork out at the Lebo facility. The rain and water flow over the years has been just enough where a lot of the water's laying up against the building. It's not flowing well. So we had some earthwork done so the water goes where it doesn't continue to cause damage. So in summary, we're doing very well. We're hiring people. We're working every Saturday just about. Overtime is authorized for everybody through the week and on the weekends. But do you have any general questions?
What do you expect in the, I mean, you're having issues with getting employment down here. You think you will be able to remedy that problem before you start up at Lebo? Or do you think that'll open up a new area of employment?
It'll open a new area. We just started actually actively trying to hire people last week. So we're interviewing 6 people on Wednesday. So I don't think we'll have trouble filling the positions. It's just, we had enough inventory that I didn't want to hire too many people until I got inventory sold off.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're there, we're ready to start making inventory again.
So you're running 2 shifts, is that right?
That's correct. So we've been running 2 shifts since the COVID first happened, but we let second shift get down to just a supervisor and 2 employees and didn't refill that
Until now?
until now.
Right, okay.
What are your shifts? What hours are your shifts?
Day shift is 7 to, we work 4 9s and a 4. So 7 to 3:30, and then usually second shift comes in about 1:30, and they work till 10:30 or 11:30. They've got enough supervision overlap there for a couple hours to make sure we get good solid turnovers.
Very well. How's the installation of the devices for the county? I know there was some talk here quite a while back, about not all of the EMP protected devices was installed at the county.
Okay. A lot of locations, what we did was we put in single and 3-phase standard units because those were made. We just got finished with the engineering designs. The surge board for all of the Guardian units was tested by UL. The indication board is just bells and whistles, and UL doesn't care about that. So the only problems we were having was with the indication board. So the engineers have finished redesigning the indication board mostly for the 3-phase 277-480 units. They had resistors that were undervalued, and they've now correctly valued those, and that's all in. We're ready to start making those. So what we're going to be doing is switching out from the standard units that we went ahead and installed to a few locations where the Guardian units were necessary.
Pete, you mentioned that one piece of equipment was 1.3 million. Is that the piece of equipment that'll come down here to SSM?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir, this is, if you go out to the building by the radio facility, there's actually two process lines. One is to mount and solder the surface mount components, and the other is to put the through-hole equipment in and go through the wave solder. So we have a duplicate line of both the surface mount and the through-hole purchased and sitting out there.
And we've probably seen some of that when there were 3 or 4 of us out there and made the tour. There were 2 lines going through that one building out there.
Where the salt and pepper was.
Yes, sir.
The chips that.
Yes,
salt and
those
pepper.
tiny ones.
Yeah, tiny, whatever they were.
Well, SSM, don't they have a piece of equipment in one of your Levo buildings?
Yes, and they've got a 40-foot cargo container that's being delivered. We're trying to support as stuff gets in, and we have a fork truck free.
Yeah. Sounds like everything's moving well, that's what we
It is,
appreciate.
it's all the little business problems. I mean, mass problem on my fork truck, and get that $12,000 repair. We're buying a new fork truck. It's good that right now cash is good. You guys know sometimes even a good business model, but the bank gets thin, and right now we have good cash flow. We're sitting on a little over $6 million in the bank.
Glad to hear everything's going good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for the update.
Yep.
Very much so.
We'll send these, see, we did this.
You're back on schedule.
Back on schedule, yay.
We're way ahead, actually.
3 minutes ahead real quick.
Well, we got some miscellaneous checks and vouchers.
Good for here.
I would say he's probably here for the next, aren't you, Bobby? You're here for the 10 o'clock?
Somebody joining you on that?
Just so I'm
Oh.
call in. He'll call in?
Yes, sir.
How's your weekend? Windy? Catch any fish? No. Did you go fishing? She loves him, he ain't catch any either.
Still got 0. 2 times the fish are biting, when I'm headed there and when I'm headed home. While I'm there, they're not biting.
Yeah, should've been here yesterday.
Yeah.
How'd the turkey shoot go?
Excellent. It was an excellent event.
Great. Sorry I couldn't make it. I was supposed to come up, but good deal.
It turned out good.
Good.
My wife had other plans for me that Saturday, so I couldn't come defend my championship,
Yeah.
my title.
I was gonna question whether your title was still
I
intact.
think I'm losing, so.
Maybe you just retired in the nick of time.
I think it's a good time to be done, yeah. Yeah. I heard there was a sure shot from Osage County, maybe?
Yep, he brought a goose gun.
Brought a
or
goose
an
gun.
elephant gun, or whatever it was.
Engaged.
No, well,
That was all 12
it
gauges.
was 12 gauge, but, it had a 6-foot barrel.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a.
Did he blow the red out of the target?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had mercy, he didn't shoot it around. He let other people.
6-foot barrel with a choke the size of your finger.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Throws a slug in,
Yeah.
huh?
There was a bolt action.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Darn cheaters anyway. That'll be a barrel length maximum.
Yeah.
He was ready for a turkey, I guess, wasn't he?
He likes turkeys.
Now you can have my 3 that I want. The last time.
Well, 2 weeks in a row, 2 positive updates. One from Mr. Keegan that just left, and last week from Barber.
Good news.
Awesome. What, last week, Barber?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to accomplish the finish line.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Really say patience is a virtue, huh?
I guess.
It's a little hard.
I'm getting kind of tired of saying, it looks really good. Looks really good.
The paper helped out with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that helped, some supporting documentation.
Oh, I did have the opportunity to speak with our street superintendent, Burlington's, about a drop zone over here, delivery zone. He said, yeah, whatever. So I don't know how you guys want it. What do you want? Have Dirk get up with him and,
They've got time to mess with it.
well, Mark Davison said they didn't have any actual paint in stock right now, so.
Got the same crew that painted out at the parking lot. Come out.
That'd be great.
Paint a white box that says delivery only.
They had ground the, paint stripes off right in that area. There was parallel parking, I call it, to the curb. And it's ideally perfect just to use those existing lines that were there to make that drop zone, or whatever you want to call it, delivery zone.
They're right, spot on.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect.
When Ryan's here later, can mention it to him and get that ball rolling.
Yeah, he pretty much whatever you want to do, he said, so.
Did you have any luck with, about the plotting of the 5 acres, 4.9 acres?
Right, I think Ryan was working on that for that discussion.
Right, I know you, I thought you was gonna visit with the city. No, that,
No.
you're,
Well, he did that one.
he was talking about.
Yeah, this is the one I kept dropping the ball on.
That's right.
Been too cold out to paint lines anyway.
Yeah.
You knew that all along.
The older I get, the more I procrastinate.
You got anything you wanna discuss
Maybe
before?
just some recognition to recycle. So as you may or may not know, Barb and I helped run a route here in Burlington last week to help out while the recycle had some sort of training somewhere, so they were down a few people. And what point needs to be stressed is not only do those who run the routes go out and pick up and collect recycle, they've established relationships along the routes with which kids come out, some of the residents come out, and they know who the people are, and it was pretty apparent to me that they form relationships with these people. They're not just another name on the route or another address. They're people, and they recognize them as people. So I think that's something that needs to be stressed, because they're going out and establishing relationships, and it matters.
It's very good.
Yeah, thank you to you and Barb for joining the team while they was
Yes, the other
low
county.
staffed.
Other
Two
county
others,
employees.
There's
Eric
some-
Hockett and Chris Egwell, they also were on
Yes.
too, and they need to be
Yes.
given credit as well for stepping outside and doing what needed to be done.
very good.
See, if I remember correctly, the recycling department is down one person from medical, still.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their status is.
And, I know they hired a part-time or something, it might have been I can't remember, but, I know the part-time's gone, and they're still down the one person. I think it was a timely deal, so, I don't know if that individual's still employed, or if they're, still on leave, so.
And I don't have the update on that. There are, just in the short time I did it, there's quite a few people who participate. They put their recycle out, they sort it. It makes it easy to go back into the back of the recycle truck and separate it out. So,
Now, they take it up at our shop, and always very helpful if somebody doesn't have the stuff there, to try to get things organized, but I sure, a lot of our stuff is called cardboard, some plastic and stuff, but I like to see it go to some use rather than go in the dumpster. I appreciate what they do.
I've got something off the tails of what you just brought up, Wade. If the commissioners have a minute. Wade, this weekend, Wade brought up, reminded me of something that was a great idea at the time. It was actually Commissioner Huguenot's idea, but I came to the commission about a year ago with some pictures of garbage and debris alongside both sides of the highway, down Highway 75. The heaviest concentration of that garbage and debris was up at Vito. And that's, as you know, the gateway to our county. People, when they come to Coffee County, they come through Vito, majority of them. And, well, anyways, as we're talking about solutions, Commissioner Huguenot said, instead of involving the departments, maybe the commissioners would get together and have a commission work day. You can still bring people in to help, and I'm sure you'll have plenty of them, but just do a 2-hour, 3-hour cleanup day. And most of that debris is scattered about this time of the year, when the road and bridge starts to really aggressively do some bush hogging. And up at Vito, because of the way the perimeter of the roadway is, with fencing and so on, it just captures a lot of debris. And there's a truck stop both sides of the road, truckers, and they just let their debris sometimes just get in the weeds, so it's pretty messy. And I guess we can get with Ryan, if the commissioners want to, and find out when his next cutting day is up that way. Then we'll let the commissioners decide a day that you want to try to put that together, if you want to do it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem
Right.
going to road ditches and picking it up. I do know that the TA has somebody go out and clean up on the inside of their fence,
Right, that's what I would.
as well as they do. Not to me none.
Is that gonna be the state mowing that rather than Coffee County?
It would be 75 highway would be the state mowing it, I guess.
I didn't know.
Yeah. But still not safe, couldn't do it anytime, whether it's scheduled with them or not,
Robertson's, last time I brought it up was to enforce some kind of penalty on somebody, which is not very popular and ineffective, or just handle it ourselves. Just get out there and do it. And clean it up. Everything from old tires grown up into fence posts to tangled messes of former wire debris and all that kind of stuff. It's a mess. It's a mess.
The cardboard blows around from where they take it out before they get picked up. They probably got their own cardboard bundle on the east side, would be my guess. I don't know for sure.
I think so, Jessica, I think.
Yeah, it does. Person couldn't go inside their fence. You'd have to stay on the easement side. Much rather do it now when it's 70 versus when it's 100.
Yeah. 4-7.
Or 7.
Yeah.
If the commissioners, wanna move forward your timetable, I'm fine with moving the other up, if there's no objection.
Oh, for the
Hotel.
For the hotel deal? I don't know that,
As long as everybody's available.
as long as everybody's available, I don't think we'll have anybody coming in here protesting at 10 o'clock, do you? Wade?
I mean, it's listed on the agenda as an executive session, so it's not like,
Oh, it is executive session, I didn't catch that part.
yeah,
So
Okay.
you do wanna wait till 10?
I don't, because it's listed as an executive session, it's not like it was gonna be a discussion.
Public.
Yeah, always somebody's missing a discussion.
Okay. We can move it to now. Do you know how long?
It's only got 30 minutes on the agenda, so.
30 minutes? They'll put you at a 10 o'clock break?
Okay.
Is it just you and?
Joe Serrano, our attorney, and the commissioner.
Joe via telephone.
Yes, sir.
And then,
This will be different than the attorney-client.
okay,
It's going to be under, Bobby can help me out with this. So I've talked to Bobby, I've talked to Joe, to discuss confidential data related to the financial affairs of, and I'm not sure if Mr. Rashad is a corporation or an
He is.
individual.
He's a corporation.
Okay. A corporation owned and or belonging to Bill Mashad, and I don't know how to spell his last name, sorry.
M-I-C-A-U-D. M-I-C-H-A-U-D.
Related to a local hotel project / economic development, because it's an economic development project. I think that should.
how long, 30 minutes?
30 minutes. Starting that.
Ready?
Motion to enter into executive session for 30 minutes to include each of the commissioners, Wade Bowie, Joe Serrano via telephone, Economic Director Bobby Skipper, to discuss confidential data related to financial affairs of the Format Corporation, owned and or belonging to Bill Mashad, related to local hotel project / economic development under the Kansas Open Meeting Act, KSA 754319-B2.
It might not be B2.
Before.
B4. I will move. I'll second. Moved by Knight, seconded by McCurry. Went up for 30 minutes at 9:42. 9:42 for 30 minutes.
Need to vote on this.
Oh, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sorry.
No, it's you again.
Me again.
It's you again.
All right, we're back.
Almost over and did that.
Oh, well, no, we didn't lose Wade,
We
did we?
usually use one, lose one on the way back.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to do that earlier.
No, you
Cabin drive.
He'll work right now. No action taken from last executive session? No. Check.
Wade's coming back, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I think it's come back.
Yeah, he might have said, I'm done. His fund meter's paid. We didn't get to take a break, did we? We'll keep it.
You got time, Joe?
We're not time. Do you need a break? Anybody need a break? I'm good. We'll roll on. You're up.
All right.
Ryan, front and center.
How's everyone today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well.
March, the wind's blowing.
Yeah, it has been windy, so we dealt with the tree. One tree yesterday was our only call out for the weekend. So that wasn't too bad. I figured there'd been a few more, but just had one. Don't really have any motions today. Got just some discussion and probably a few executive sessions on some things. But first thing, some discussion, landfill on an entryway. They've had an issue for several years with water getting in the entry door out there. Even to the point they've had to replace cabinets in there in the past. And so they've been wanting to build an entryway to the exterior door there. So we got some prices on that. Basically, it's just a 6 foot by 4 foot entryway enclosed with another door just to keep the rain and stuff from getting in there. Got some bids and $6,300 to have that done. It's all matching tin. It's got one window in it, and it's needed. It's been needed for a while out there. So
Is there, nobody goes in and out of that, like, coming in to get a scale ticket or nothing, that's all transferred from a sliding window, isn't it?
it is. Occasionally somebody will come in. The public will come in through there.
It would help as a breezeway to keep the heat or the air.
Yeah, and
inside the
that's
building
it.
as well.
Even when it's super windy and you open that up and it blows stuff around in there, so it'll, yeah, many benefits to it, but I mean, keeping the water out's the big one. Big one.
I would say it's to save the existing structure from rotting.
No, that's
to
exactly
pieces.
right.
So,
Like I say, it's $6,300, so it's, the next closest bid was twice that, so I mean, I think it's fair price. So, all right, we'll move forward with that. Next, I would like to request a 10-minute executive session for the board, myself, and Wade, for employee performance.
How long does it take, 10?
10 minutes. So moved.
A second.
10-minute executive session moved by Hughes and seconded by McCurry. All in favor say aye. Aye. We will enter at 10:21 for 10 minutes. We're back. No action taken. Next.
Next, I'd like to request a 10-minute executive session for the board, myself and Wade, and talking about personnel, job performance.
I'll move.
I'll second.
And just for clarification, the same reason, but a different employee.
You say 10 minutes again?
Yeah.
Moved by Knight, seconded by Meats, right?
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll enter at 10:33 for 10 minutes.
Put 10 on this one.
Down this one, as long as Wade's on time.
We had time to spare.
Right, we're back, no action taken.
I'd like to request another 10-minute executive session for the board, myself and Wade. This will be dealing with a different employee on job performance.
So,
Second that.
Moved by Meeks, seconded by Thompson, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes, we'll enter at 10:47. We're gonna have to have a break after this. Go ahead and put this away. Yep. I think this is gonna be for 50. Looks like the wind's still blowing out there.
It is.
Sure was nice yesterday evening.
Yeah, that wind died off and
Oh,
man, it was
man,
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice change.
Yeah.
I went there for you yesterday before lunch. Felt like I was riding a seesaw. Whiplash.
Yeah.
Come home and went inside and never went back out. So easy. Like I don't even like to hear the wind blow.
Well, the wind was better in there, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was. Alright. Now we're all back. No action taken on last executive session. Ryan, you're up again.
All right, I would like to request one more executive session for the board, myself and Wade for 15 minutes to discuss job performance of personnel.
I'll move.
Second that.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Thompson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We'll enter at 11 o'clock. Walk fast.
It is.
You number 4?
Number 4.
Trying to keep him.
Yeah.
You said we couldn't do them.
We're back. No action taken on the fourth and final executive session.
All right, that is all that I had for today. I don't know if you guys got anything for me or?
Only thing I've got, had a couple citizens from Gridley contact me. Maybe, I don't know if you've heard anything, they got a drainage issue there in town. A lot of that water comes from the road north of town and goes all the way through town. And when it's getting clear to the southwest corner of town, from that point on, there's a lot of trees and stuff. And it's holding the water back and it's getting
Okay.
in people's basements.
So you're talking Emmer? Man, the
Yeah,
north end of
it
town
would
there
be-
where the water comes in?
Yeah, it would be not really right on Emmer, and that's what I don't know what what the county's involvement in this would be, but it's right there. Well, where Emmer would be going southwest and curve south.
Yeah.
If you turned and went down that little road down there, it's clear on the west side of town.
Okay.
Be in behind some houses there. Mayor was just, trying to figure out what we can do to try to get a,
Maybe, I
we
mean,
can do.
I'll touch, maybe I could touch base with them and see what they're talking about. I mean, it doesn't sound like sounds like it's on the edge of the town and not really along the road. But
That's correct, yes.
maybe I can meet with them and give them some direction going forward.
Yeah, I just don't know the solution to it.
Right.
That's all. I didn't know whose responsibility is. Hopefully there's something that can be done. I mean,
Okay.
these trees have just come up, continue to get bigger and thicker, and it looked like to me, from what I could see from the road there, and it goes back in there quite a ways, that it's growed up. And not a huge distance.
Okay.
If it was opened up, it sure helped let the water get out of it. And I don't know what the solution is, Ryan, but.
I'll get with them just so I get my eyes on it and
Okay.
see what we're talking about, and
Okay.
I'll come back for some discussion if there's something that we
Very
can
good,
or
yeah.
can't do there.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
How's a culvert replacing east of Lebo?
It's going. I was hopeful to get it finished by the end of this Friday, but with the weather, we should get the whole field back in. I don't think we'll have our slope work done. We've got extensive slope work to do there, bringing some material in, but it's going good. It's going good, but it's a big culvert.
It's a big hole there.
Yeah, big hole. Big hole, but they're getting after it, so.
Long ways to drive that feed truck around to get
Yeah.
to that cross
Yeah.
the creek.
Right.
Yeah, did some ditch work there on Links, really looks nice there between
Oh, yeah.
8th and 9th, I guess.
8th and 9th in there.
Yeah, really looks good.
So, ought to drain a little better down through there.
Yeah, that wasn't the best along there. It's
Yeah.
a good road, but
Yeah.
just with lacking in the ditch there,
Yeah.
so,
No, that was a good project too.
yeah.
I spoke with the city about having a, what we're calling a drop zone out here. There's just south of that handicap ramp leading straight out to the street.
Yeah.
He kind of gave us his blessing to let us paint out there or wherever we want to do. I don't know if you guys got the paint or, I know
Yeah,
he said
we-
he was out of paint.
I'll have to check and see. I don't know.
Okay. But there was some lines out there for parallel parking, I call it, where we parked, before we were parking parallel with the curb.
Yeah.
And they etched the white paint out, if you will, for that particular parking spot. And it matches up perfectly for a drop zone area, to reuse that existing paint line, if you will. There's no paint there now, but you can see where they ground it off, and it'd be ideal,
It's kind of what some of the delivery drivers are doing now. They're parking right
Correct,
there.
but I mean,
Even some of the public's parking there, but
I think we had a discussion about maybe highlighting that, so it just, everybody that's gonna deliver knows that's a drop zone, or you call it
Yeah.
delivery zone, whatever you wanna call it, yes.
Some are backing into these spots out here and then taking up spots and
yeah.
I don't think that's that big of a deal, but if they have it designated right there,
Yeah.
they'll know they can park there.
Right.
So you-
So would that be, it'd be painted white then, I guess, or?
I would think.
I think you'd paint it yellow, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, if you.
I'm not for sure. I have to go back and look. We
Designated
can look,
that way.
look and see what it should be.
So they know they can park there if it's, yeah, whichever way it needs to be.
Paint it red so nobody else parks there.
Well, maybe
That's fine.
a sign, delivery,
Yeah, I didn't know.
a sign or something there, even something on the ground,
Right.
just
that's
to
what I
highlight
think,
that
drop
so
zone
people
or
don't just park in it.
Delivery zone.
Yeah. I'll
Abbreviated.
have Janet look into that and what's recommended for the METCD on that and
Okay.
I'll see what I come up with.
I told Mark maybe you'd reach out if you had to, or
Okay.
somebody from your department, don't matter to me, but
Yep.
I don't have anything. I can help you.
Yeah.
I was in Lebo Saturday and I drove 50 back to the east. First time I've been on that road for a few months.
Yeah.
I was pretty well surprised how well what blacktop was there holding up pretty darn good, isn't it?
Well,
You know,
going,
they got that 4 foot that we redone.
so going east of Lebo to 75 or east of, where are you talking at,
Yeah,
Don?
Lebo east to 75.
Yeah, so
There's
that,
there's one strip, probably over 10 foot long, to where evidently people's gotten down off the blacktop.
Yeah.
6 inches down, somebody's driving off there occasionally,
yeah.
but as a whole, that highway holding up
Well,
better than what I thought it was.
Right, yeah. So, there's been some work done there. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that rough spot's on Harlan Davis's hill, I
I
think.
think I noticed that the other day, I was going by there, there's spots of,
It's the trucks
Yeah.
coming from Emporia going east.
That's just the problem is, anybody over 80,000 can't go on the interstate, and that's the road we're
Right.
using, and
Yeah.
that's
what
heavy
can,
traffic.
what can trucks run, 85.5?
85.
90,000 if you're triple axle,
90,000, okay.
yeah.
That's a long way,
You gotta have that special classification for the 90,000.
Okay.
Once in a while, 105.
Grain haul.
Once in a while,
That's it for
105.
legal?
It's only suggested.
I've got one. That way.
Wow. Alright,
But several 85.5s, yeah. Not a lot, but.
Well, thank you, Ron.
alright, appreciate it, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Good luck at state.
Thank you. It's gonna be fun. Alright, we'll see you.
I think that ends our agenda for the day, right?
Looks like.
Now we're gonna go to roundtable. Roundtable waiting.
Or today, I don't have anything.
Easy.
Sky's falling.
Let's hurry up and get around.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask again. We'll go to Steve.
Nothing today.
Nothing for Steve, Dawn,
I'm good.
Wade, Tom.
I did mine with the delivery zone.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I guess the only thing I have, and I don't know what it entail, I'm gonna assume, and I haven't talked to the pool guy, but I'm gonna assume that we would reopen the north pool. I don't know what it been, I'm sure a lot of those swimming pools, you have to have water in them to keep the liner up against the wall. I know nothing about swimming pools. But I would say if a person's gonna open it back up, we're gonna have to treat it, we're gonna have to come in, they're gonna have to come in and get it open, recharge everything, get it open back up. April's coming, I would say you're probably looking at the end of April, most likely. So just food for thought.
Yeah, I think it'd need to be full to protect it, I would think.
And like I said, I haven't talked to the pool guy, but I'm to the point, if there's nothing in it, that would be fine with me. But a dead system, a dry system, is a system that will not start back up again. So, in my eyes, without spending a lot of money.
Being in-ground, I don't know much about in-ground, but above ground I do.
I know that I don't ever want one. So.
Well, if you get, if it has a liner on it, if it's not concrete, you've gotta keep quite a bit of water in it, or if you get a lot of wet weather, it'll float it out of the ground.
Yeah, it is a liner. It's got it. Angie, you got a roundtable for us today?
Well, you guys probably saw the email I sent out last Thursday regarding Time Clock Plus. I've still been working with them almost daily, CIC actually, and trying to get the system working correctly for everybody and have the foundation working properly for everybody, and then we can specialize it more as we go. Right, payroll, we ran payroll, as you know, you guys signed that last Wednesday, and so now we're just updating any leaves balances that employees say are not wrong, or letting them know why they're seeing it the way they are. If they have scheduled time off in the future, it's going to already deduct it. So there's some of that, just learning how the system actually works. But overall, I think, not hearing much, so I think it's working okay. So we'll just keep working ahead, and we should be getting there any time here, so.
Very good.
That's really all I have. We did start advanced voting last Wednesday, so we are polling place for the presidential preference primary. We've had 17 people vote in the last 3 days, so big turnout. I'm kidding.
So those, there's not gonna be any, like the other elections, Ridley and everywhere.
Oh, yes.
There will be a voting Tuesday.
It'll be Tuesday, March 19th, that we'll be out at the polls. That's actual election day, but this is just advanced voting going on in our office right now, so. And that's really all I think I have, so.
So you take the school, that's March 19th when that voting will take place?
For election day,
For
yeah.
election day,
Not the school. This is still presidential preference primary. The school special elections in May. So that'll be the next one, right after we finish this one, boom into the next one, and then it's gonna be back
Will that
to
be
back.
second Tuesday in May?
I think it's the 14th or 15th. Look at that calendar real quick. 14th.
14th.
And we have that scheduled, so.
That's it? Back on Roundtable, I've been running Time Clock Plus as well in the test session. I wanted to know a little bit about it and be able to operate it myself before somebody calls me and wants to know how to operate it. I had a meeting, I think it was probably 4 hours last Thursday evening with an individual, discussing it. I didn't know a lot about it, but my wife did, so there was some things that my wife found that, to help the individual out and maybe help explain to others. So I talked to Angie Friday morning. She got me hooked up with the test run, and I've been running it ever since. It just gave me a session out, so I don't know why it gave me a session out, but, once again, I'm on the test side, so I'm not running the live side. But I would have loved to run the live side, but I don't want to screw up the payroll and everything else. But, just so I can help explain to somebody if they call and ask. So, I don't know, I know enough to be dangerous right at the moment.
And we're always willing to help anybody too, if somebody needs some extra help, I mean, send them our way, we'll do what we can to. Because as we've been working in this, I mean, I've learned a lot in the past month of hitting it really hard, so, trying to make it 100% perfect in a month.
It's not gonna be perfect for
Well,
3 months. But
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, it's come a long way in a short amount of time, I feel like.
yeah, it's not, in my eyes, it's not hard to operate. Just remembering what to do, when to do it. So, I do know that the geofence is kind of an irritant to some, because you forget your drive home 10 minutes, you can't clock out because you're outside your geofence. That's kind of a nuisance, but you can still edit it. You can put in a remark. There's a remark button on it. You can go in and type in, it's 6:30, I forgot to clock out at 5 o'clock when I left wherever. And so then their supervisor will see that annotation on the computer and go in and be able to correct that time. If their supervisor or whoever is looking at the report.
Okay.
As much as I know about it.
And we added some more geofences for the one department that wants to use the geofence, so if they go to a meeting in Topeka, there's a geofence there, there's one in Kansas City, there's one in Wichita. We need to add more, that way if they go to a meeting, they're able to clock in and out, and they don't have to wait till they come home. But they actually have 30 days that they can modify their time, so it's not limited to 3 days like originally we were told that, you shouldn't let employees modify their time any more than 3 days, and so we got that changed to 30 days because that's what everybody wanted, so.
So was the situation like with Road and Bridge working through their noon hour?
We got that.
You were able to get that
we got that
accomplished?
resolved, and I checked with Ryan, and he said he seems like it's all working okay now,
Good,
so.
good.
And I've asked departments to please contact me. I mean, don't wait till department head meeting, because I have time to try to make these changes now.
Yeah.
If you wait till department head meeting.
Yeah, you've got that many more with a problem.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
like,
the level of frustration continues to rise until the department head meeting. It needs to be brought out as soon as
Yeah.
it's recognized
right,
or brought to your attention. That way the problem can get handled, and then it can be discussed as well at the department head meeting.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody's human nature is you wanna do it right while you're going. If you don't know what you're doing, then the longer you do it wrong, like you say.
Yeah, it just
gets
makes someone
everybody-
more angry or
Yeah,
frustrated.
exactly, right.
And I'd rather get it resolved as quickly as we can and keep moving, so.
Couldn't agree more. Doing nothing is not advancing anymore.
No, it needs to be brought out and discussed as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Just get it out in the air and
I mean, we get emails, luckily, we're getting emails from some departments almost daily on things that need corrected or changed, and so we're trying to get it done that day or the next as soon as we can, and so, yeah, it's working.
10-4, well, if nobody else says anything. Okay.
Just showed up.
Dang it.
I was just handed a document from Lyon County State Bank. They apparently the paperwork is in transit, so this is the assignment from Lyon County State Bank of their part in that, in Maribel's to Coffee County. So that is, that will trigger the next step along the way. I still need to see the actual agreement, but this is a notice that was sent to the parties involved in the Lyon County State Bank, Maribel's loan, and then the county was just copied on it,
So that, 2 Fridays ago, I signed the paperwork.
Yes.
Last week, we sent the check out.
We still have the check, we were
Oh,
waiting
the
on.
check's
Yep.
being held?
The check is held.
Okay.
I made that
That's
clear,
right, that's right.
that we wanted to hold it until we saw the ink on the page.
Right, that is right.
So this just tells me that that action has been taken and we need to, we should be seeing something here in the very near future, so I'll follow up on that.
Okay.
Also, the last thing, and it won't take much additional time, I have 4 applicants for the custodianship position, just so whoever watches out on the World Wide Web. This Friday will be my deadline, and then I'll start looking at setting up interviews. Because we need to get that taken care of. So, you remember what I said last week? There were approximately, what I was told, around 15 people who picked up applications. We have 4, so that means several others should come in if they're interested.
That it?
That's it.
Any objections? We will adjourn at 11:35. Lights out. Lights out.